So it's a warm welcome to all the three speakers, Nada ma'am, Snigdha ma'am, and Ekta ma'am. All three esteemed speakers, you're most welcome. On behalf of Edukos, I would like to hand over the floor to Nada ma'am to start the session.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Good evening from Croatia. First, I want to thank to Mr. Ratish Gupta for inviting me here today on this great platform, Edukos Untitled Scholars, and I'm really honored and grateful. Today, my topic is artificial intelligence, blockchain, and Samr model. What will I talk? First, I will tell few words about myself. I said I'm coming from Croatia. I'm a professor. I'm a researcher, educator, trainer. I work on Faculty of Economics, Business and Tourism in Split. And also I'm a professor in high school in my town scene. I'm doing many jobs on the national level, also on the international level. I must say that I'm I'm a director for a big university, international internship university, IIU, and I'm really working hard, and I like to work on the global level. Why this topic? This topic is today very important. If we talk about the time or the age of the pandemic, Corona, we all are witnesses that the education changed over the night. So I first want to start with well-being. Why? Because if we don't have positive emotions and if we are not thinking on our health, nothing is impossible. So everybody of us in the morning or at the night must take a deep breath and think about that, what he do for himself today. Because if we focus only on our work, we know that there we will not have a balance. I mean a balance of our mind and body. First, I'm the person who is not thinking on that. So I want to get my voice to everybody to think about his health and his positive emotions. Education, as I said, changed forever. I'm coming from Croatia, coming from Europe. When I started working here on this global platforms, I thought that it is more different, and the people in Europe have not a good thinking about education in other parts of the world. First, for India, I can say that people are really educated and really working on education every day. As we see, this platform and many platforms every day are giving webinars, conferences, and you see that every day people are joining, working, and learning. But I will say there is no, today I'm talking about technology, but there is no technology that can change a human body. I mean, us teachers, professors, and our working in the classroom. Because face to face is important, and if you don't feel your student behind yourself, and I said always, when I look at my student, when I look at in his eyes, I know what he is thinking and what he is meaning in that moment. So all of us learn many lessons from this pandemic. I hope it will finish soon, but there are few scenarios for the situations for us teachers and the trainers. First is maybe back to basic. I think that back to basic couldn't be because we have today high-end technology on the biggest level, and also we know that on the global level, that is investing about $3 to $5 billion in technology. So this first scenario, I will tell it is not good. But this new deal for education, this inversible, it is for us. And all these topics today are going in this part of New Deal for education. And as I said before, also here in India are many, many platforms and many, many academies, schools that are creating new platforms for communication. So here are the 21st learners competences. If we teacher first, this is the competences for our students, but if we teacher are not innovator, if we are not critical thinkers, if we are not problem solvers, I think that we cannot teach our students about this and talk about this topic. Here is very important this 4C. Why 4C? 4C in every moment for skills of students and for our skills. It means critical thinking, creativity, collaboration, and communication. Today, all of us here are collaborating, also communicating later if we have questions, answers, and if we are not creative, we cannot do our work. Here I want to show this circle. All of us see this many times, but I think that always we must repeat it always. Why? Because here is our 4C showed only on the other way. But I will repeat, digital literacy is not only today important. We must have media literacy, ecological literacy, all kinds of literacy, but everything here is going around like our globe and our earth is going in the circle. Little repeat, new skills. Here are all skills. When we said leadership, all of us are leaders. Somebody, if think that he is not a leader, he is really wrong. Why? Because if you are a good parent, you are a leader for your children. And I mean also for entrepreneurs, for businessmen, for all people, for all kind of works, all of us are leaders. And we need that all of these skills and we must work every day on them. Uh, Everything of this is a big gamification. We professors, teachers, teaching our lessons in every moment are changing many pedagogical methods. We are not using only one method. So we are using flipping classroom, collaborating, researching, investigating, and also we use one part of gamification. We all know that all the games started from playing the chess. I'm not. I don't like I don't like the games what our children are playing. But if we don't have a level of gamification in our classroom, our lessons are boring and we are not interesting for our students. That is why I put this part, and I think that gamification is very important to achieve all other methods because gamification is, I can say, if I put a new digital tool and if we play some kind of quizzes, and we know that we have many web tools today to play quizzes and to make. I adore making escape room. Why escape room? Because by the escape room you can make a lesson, you can repeat what you are teaching your child, and also you can evaluate your students. And what is very important for gamification, the awards and recognition. Like we we also like awards and recognitions. So our students like after a game to get a badge or some kind of reward. Uh, as I said, I'm a researcher and I make many researches. Here is something for teachers and trainers in the future. What I do here. This here was uh, I have 100. This was a I have 100 participants in this respondents. I mean in this survey. And here the levels are uh, I can tell same but little differences. But we must provide the access to all resources. What it means? If we don't today, our life without internet is we didn't know what to do without internet, and also everything is going virtual. But in our work, we must take care about data protect, and I think that on every hour lesson, we must uh, our kids, our students teach about that to be very careful. What are they posted today on the social medias? And we must focus on strategy. It is very sad that today there are many students who has violence at home, and we are when we are looking on many other things that are not maybe important, like this kind of social of their social life, especially for children's, and we have that number is growing, children's with special needs. And I don't think only on children with special needs, I mean also on gifted students. If we can't ensure the lessons, the continuity, the integrity to our gift students, I think that they are also handicapped, like the students who has some problems in learning, and we must take care. That is why I am always doing many researches and many surveys. But today we are coming on AE. Everybody today is thinking that artificial intelligence will solve all the problems, and it is our future. Why? How our brain is working. Uh, would would the robots change our minds, our thinking, and is this really today something that must replace us human bodies? But we are on that way that I will replace us and us like human. So what is it? It is a simulation. We can set simulation of human intelligence like machines. We have the guests, the speaks. Everything is programming, like when we are programming memory, some kind of game or something doing all of us actions. That is a really example of, I apologize, the robots. What are the examples for artificial intelligence? Our speech today. I am speaking here. I would like really to hear how will this machine repeat my speech today. It is excellent for problem solving, like math tests, quiz tests, and also for learning and but like all things today, artificial intelligence uh, has positive positive things and has weaknesses and weaknesses. And what is the weaknesses? The first is that it simulates human cognition. That I think that is not good for us if it exists something that can simulate our cognition, and that machines are treating us not very good. Here I use one thing to show how it is correlated with all today, with gaming, with data, with social medias, in every part of economy, of everything, logistic. I said is going to use AI. But one thing that I'm thinking that is very good is this IE repository, and it is correlated and with all SDGs, because we can't talk today about anything if what we are doing, if we don't include it, or if we don't take care, and if we don't have impact on sustainable development goals. This is a big repository like others digital repositories, and here we can find many examples about from the science, from everybody who is writing and putting. And if we want to learn more about this topic, we will search this repository. Here I took this to show. It says how it works. It works to contribute all the answers. If you want to submit a project, here also with this repository, you have a competition, and you can every year apply and register for that competition with your work. And also your work must be it must be included the 17 SDG goals in it. And I think that it is very motivated for people who are today doing who like science and who wants to research new things, new innovative things. We have also students, I can say a little genius. My students like this repository. For a few days when I come back, I'm really interested. What new will they tell me when I come back? I'm sure that they find many new interesting things, because if we today the books, I also write many academic books, many books for the high school, but I think that the book is only one thing that you can use, but not for the lessons. We must make researches. We must make case studies, and then our lessons are successful, I can say, and then all goes at the beginning what we want to achieve that hour are realized. Now we come to blockchain. What is blockchain? The simple example for blockchain is that the transferring the money. How I explain it to students? I said, Marco, you are going to pay to auntie that count of the money. That is the simplest example to explain blockchain step by step. Here I use this example, uh, and we are talking about the money. User requests for a transaction. A block represents the transaction what is created. Then it is broadcasted to the others at the other network. After that, four step is all the nodes are validated to the block and transition. Five step is the block is added to the chain. Yes, we have chain by chain. One, two, three, and we are putting that chains together. At the end, the last step is the transaction gets verified, and that is when we see on our credit cards that we don't have money because we spent our money. Uh, Here, I will now recommend the Samr model. What is Samr model? I think today, not only in this age of pandemic and corona, it is the result of all of our work. It is correlated with Bloom's taxonomy. So we must redefine, modificate, augmentate, and submission. Here are our active verbs that we use in our lessons. Creating, evaluating, analyzing, applying, understanding. All these verbs are attributes and they must be used. But here on this other slide, I will say we have higher order thinking skills and lower order thinking skills. What must be used and what is in the middle? It is this verb analyzing everything what we do. If we are talking about first the lowest is remembering. Today, what when I read something, when I listen something, what will I remember? That is the lowest. Then, if I said something here today, did everybody understand me? Was I a good lecturer? Did I explain everything I said today? And did I interpret that on the way what it must be? If these two verbs are realized, then I can apply something. Then I can implement it. That is what I said. We today are involving and implementing ICT in all of our lessons. And then we come to analyzing. If we are collecting some data, we must what make? Why are we collecting some data? We are collecting some data to make analyze. If we are something here. Okay. We come to the important part, and it is called I pedagogy wheel. This is the wheel. Here in the middle is everything I mentioned today, and I talk about it today. Creating, applying, analyzing, evaluating, remembering. That are our lower and higher skills, things that I mentioned. After that are coming these active verbs when I talk of remembering, understanding, applying. And after every Bloomov verb is coming activity. If we are singers, we will use singing, dancing, dancing, teaching, teaching. And for every activities, we have what? We have a digital tool for using. That is today important because when we start this virtual online teaching, many professors and teachers were not ready for using. And if we said what is good for teaching in this era of pandemic, it is that many people are digital educated today. And before 1 year, the situation was not like this. And that is only, I can tell, a good thing. Here in Europe, we are oriented very on STEM. We have a big platform and a big platform. And every year we have a STEM discovery campaign. It is also a competition. And here, what teachers can do. Every teacher can show like example from one subject like math, statistics, what he do with the students. He can make a digital brochure, he can publish work, and he can apply and go on the competition. And we are today is very important to promote STEM and work on STEM. Here I know that I talk a lot, but I will go very quickly through this example and show the results from 1 hour from our 1 hour project where we use our knowledge. I can tell all the knowledge from this digital era. And for example, which is very good for living today. We talk about a smart village innovation. The focus is on all 17 SDGs, where we applied many digital tools. We want my students want to increase the number of people who will live in rural areas. I'm free to say that we are talking about a smart eco village. We all know that everybody would like to live in a smart city, but we are working really on this project because my county in Croatia has a beautiful nature. I can say that I live in the most beautiful part of Croatia, near the sea. We have many rivers and many beautiful villages there where nobody don't live, and we want people to come back to live in these places, and for not only for it will be good because we will bring an education here. Here will be schools, university, and everything in this smart village. We make hypotheses. First, we must make hypotheses and see are we on the real way? Is it correct? And is it any statistical significance between that we are mentioned living in rural areas or not? Then we make our goals. I said before that 941 respondents from Croatia was here. It was only from my county, and that were people from 24 to 45 years old. We get the results just like we wanted. Uh, we wanted that and get that after the surveys that we really want to achieve the rural services, sustainable mobility, renewable energy, and innovated our smart village design. Here is application. That is why my students make one application. We called it Help Small Business. And it is good for entrepreneurs, family farms, craftsmen, for farmers. And it is a really user-friendly digital platform. Like everything, what we today are buying, selling, we all we like to buy online. Here we will buy, like example, vegetables, fruits, or anything what we need to eat. And we are talking about health food. And first family who is selling that, our application will show you where you can buy, and also we are offering the transport for that place. I see here the navigation, how it looks. The buttons, when you choose a taxi service, you can get a private carriers. Here we see how much are the costs, all the apps. Maybe one time we can make a digital workshop and make some kinds of this also together. What will I say? I said it at the beginning, and I would like to say it at now at the end. No technology, a smart model, blockchain cannot replace us, our living world. And today, we teachers must do on many things to help our students, to encourage them, and to make of them a great innovators, a great thinkers. I can freely said that I am very satisfied with the results of my students. Why? Because I work, as I said at the beginning, like a high school professor and the faculty. My students who decided to continue economy, business, or tourism again comes to me on the faculty, and there I see my results. I see what I learned them, and I am really proud on them. So we must empower in every moment our students to learn about action, to learn through action, and to learn from action. If there is no action, if we don't learn, there will be no encouraging, no empowering our students. Thank you. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for such a wonderful insight on the artificial intelligence blockchain. I think the way you've explained it must have been very clear in all the minds, and the concepts will be really fresh for all of us to, like, implement it in our daily life also. Ma'am, there are a few questions if you would like to answer them. Nada, ma'am?
Hey, listen, yeah, I'm listening.
Yeah. Ma'am, as we've always seen, the teachers had been into the traditional methods of teaching, and it has been like, from last 1 year that we've seen the teachers coming into new normal and getting tech savvy. So how do you think, the teachers are going to adapt to this artificial intelligence, and how is it going to really benefit them? Like, will it be easy for everybody to adapt to the new technology and other things?
I think that is not easy to everybody, but I think that in this age of pandemic, many teacher learns a lot, and it is I can said it is they can, if they want, they can go on the level top and start with IE, with new technologies. I think that they are ready now in this time, because before 1 year we couldn't talk about that.
Yes, ma'am. Very true.
And what is also good? That is also good that there are many courses, many trainings, and if somebody is not, if somebody can do it alone, he can always go and learn that. And I think who is the best helper for teachers and professors? Their students. Their students are today, I said, a little genius.
Yes,
They can do everything.
Ma'am, you very rightly said that, ma'am, because we've seen students helping out their teachers, in the online class mode. The teachers get stuck, but there are children who really help them out and come out of those technical issues. It's really nice because that age is so fresh, and they're so fresh in their mind that they can adapt to new things very fast. And it's a good thing, in fact, we feel proud as teachers to learn it from our students. It's really nice.
Yes. When I asked when them on the then said, I'm a teacher. They don't know to put the material. I can't upload it. They didn't know to the. I must teach her. That were the explaining of them.
And ma'am, one last question. How is SAMR going to be beneficial for the elementary classes or the high school or the university
Yes,
levels?
yes. Why?
How beneficial?
Because today, I can say the child when they go to elementary school, in the first grade they started with digital tools. Our teachers are learning them from 7 years, 8 years, and when they finish the elementary school, they are, I can say, educated. And I see when my students come from I live in a town, and we have many villages around us, and many smaller schools, and I know in which school the teachers are learning students, and we're working on the digital tools. So they from the starting, I said they are learning to read, they are learning to draw, they are learning math. But in everyday operation is included also some digital tool.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. It has been a wonderful experience listening to you. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you to all. Thank you to all who was here today, who was listening, for the attention. Thank you, Mr. Ratish Gupta, again to call me here.
Well, now it's time for our second speaker, Dr. Snigdha Kadam. Well, ma'am is a principal in Seva Sadan Memorial English School. And ma'am, it will be a wonderful topic that we'll be listening to you, the thoughts that you will be sharing with us on inclusive education. Ma'am, the floor is all yours, please.
Yeah, thank you, Sonia ma'am. I hope I'm audible. I hope
Yes,
I got
ma'am,
the
you are.
sharing option.
Yes, ma'am, you must be having the screen
No,
sharing
no,
option.
I have not.
Aryan, sir?
Yes, ma'am, it's done. Now, ma'am, can share screen.
Yeah,
Yes.
thank you, sir. Thank you. It's
Thank
done,
you,
ma'am.
sir. Yes. Very good evening to one and all present over here. Let me introduce myself. Ma'am have already given my introduction. I'm the principal of Seva Sadan Society's English Medium School. It's in Mumbai. I'm an educationist, a keynote speaker, a blogger with a passion of academic and holistic development of the students. I'm eager to learn something new every moment. I love to motivate my children and my team. As an academician, I love to teach maths using innovative methods of teaching to my children. Nurture nature is the tagline for all my school activities. The topic that I have taken today is inclusive education. The school where I'm working as a principal, wherein we have a variety of children. 80% of the crowd is from the underprivileged section of the society, whereas the 20% children are from the well-settled families. So I feel every day we are dealing with the children with a different mindset, different abilities. So I thought of going with this topic. I would like to extend my heartfelt thanks to Ratish Gupta sir for giving this wonderful opportunity. And I hope you will agree with me after my presentation, whatever I'm saying. Now, what is inclusion is? Now, inclusion is valuing everyone or about the needs of whole community, understanding our school community, celebrating diversity, individuality. It is not an add-on or an afterthought. It is valuing others' culture, knowing and understanding the need of all the pupils. It is not just about the IEPs. It is reflecting on your practice, not just about the access. It is the changing way the things are organized. So it will suit every pupil in the class. It is everybody's responsibility. It is providing the flexible learning environment in the classroom. It is more than just a policy. So I would like to go for the meaning of the inclusive education. It is a term which is international buzzword in education, and Indian education has no exception about the same. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights, the United Nations General Assembly character, and United Nations Convention on the Right of Child all acknowledge education as a human right. It also be seen as a continuing process of breaking down barriers to learning and participating for all the children and young people. Inclusive education is defined as a learning environment that promotes the full personal, academic, and professional development of all the learners, irrespective of race, class, color, gender, disability, sexual preference, learning styles, and language. Herein we could see in the picture itself that I have put, in the class of children, there is one child who is physically disabled, but still he is coping with the other kids. Inclusive education is a very vast concept. We can say that it is an educational approach, philosophy that provides all the students with community membership and greater opportunities for academic and social achievement. Schools and districts have a zero rejection policy when it comes to registering and teaching children in their region. All children are welcome and valued. And I feel that is what is the act of right to education. Every child has a right to take the education in the school, whichever he or she wants to take it. Inclusive education means that all the students attend and are welcomed by their neighborhood schools in age appropriate regular classes and are supported to learn, contributed, and participate in all aspects of the life of the school. Now, I would like to just have a differentiation between the traditional education and inclusive education. Traditional education is limited to only for some children. It is bit static or rigid. Collective teaching, it has emphasis only on teaching. It is subject center. It is diagnostic. Opportunities are limited by exclusion. Disability view, the child has been labeled, he is disabled or she is disabled, so the labeling of the children was happening over there. But whereas in inclusive education, the education is for all. Flexible individualized teaching, learning in integrated settings, emphasis on learning, child-centered holistic approach, equalization of opportunities, curricular view. Planning is made on ability and education is label free. No child is being labeled as a disabled child or having some disability or whatever. Now, why there is a need or what is the importance of this inclusive education? To fulfill the constitutional responsibilities, to enable children to stay with their families, for the development of healthy citizenship, for achieving the universalization, developing feeling of self-respect, for the use of modern technology, for social equality and self-reliant. Now, aims and objectives will look for, it is education for all, protection of rights of education, identification of the scheme. The disabled child may or may not have disability of academics. The child can be physically handicapped, but child can be good at reading, in the academics, in the drawing. So that has to be appreciated by the teacher. Development of social consciousness. To prepare for new challenges, we have to prepare our children for the various new challenges in this modern world. Development of the brotherhood. In the family at home, the children are, the disabled children have been pampered a lot by their parents, because the parents think that my child is disabled, so I should give him the best, everything should be given. But then they are unable to face the challenges. And the development of the brotherhood, they might have the siblings at home, but in the school, the children will be from you can say from different families, different backgrounds, and certainly it will develop a kind of a bond between them to improve the quality of the education. Now, problems faced by such kind of children, they have an inferiority complex. Such kind of children generally, like, parents also tells them, you don't speak if somebody will come at our home. Like, you don't come out of your bedroom, like so many restrictions on them. So that develops the complex within them. Lack of understanding. They do not understand the certain things. Adjustment problem. As I said just sometimes back, the parents provide everything like, spoon feeding. So they are unable to adjust. They are isolated and segregated. They lag behind in academics, in activities, and maybe they lag behind in their growth also, mental as well as physical. Feeling of extra burden. They always have a kind of feeling like, I have some kind of a problem. Like, they live in that burden. Insecurity, lack of expression. They are even scared to express themselves. Introvert nature. They do not have more friends. They like to be within themselves, their families. They have a negative approach towards the life and they are very, very shy. So it's the responsibility of each and every educator to handle such kind of children, or rather to have the approach of inclusive education in the classroom. Now, what is the process of inclusive education? Awareness raising on the right to education for all children at local, regional, and national levels. Parents' support to understand their child's educational, social, and sometimes the medical needs. Various policies, developing inclusive education policies, revising existing policies, teachers, training programs to promote inclusive practices. This is very, very important. We cannot just make a teacher stand in the class where there is a, like, where there is a group of mixed children, physically challenged or maybe learning disabled, and we'll tell the teachers to just go and teach in the class. No, the teacher should be trained well. Specialized techniques for teaching children with the range of learning styles and various needs. Now, role of a school teacher in the inclusive education. The very first thing is curriculum modification. Now, certainly whatever is the curriculum by the state board or by the CBSE, ICSE, that curriculum has to be taught. But as a teacher, the educator can make certain variation in that curriculum. For example, teaching the sums in mathematics, because I'm a math teacher as well, so I will always take that examples. Starting with the 3-digit addition, the teacher cannot just start at random 3-digit addition. Teacher should teach them very firstly the addition on their fingers, then maybe 1 digit, 2 digit, and so on. The communication. The teacher should have the positive communication with each and every child in the class. The classroom environment should be positive. Healthy classroom environment is needed. Managing behavior, professional development, collaboration, and co-teaching. Now, principles of the inclusive education. There should be no discrimination with the students. Equal educational opportunities to all. School adopt the need of students. Equal educational benefits for all the students. Like, it should not be like that. While teacher is discussing something, only the children who can answer or who can raise their hands or who can get up from their place and answer, such kind of things should be avoided. The students' views are listened to and taken seriously. Every child in the classroom should be given a chance to speak. I know that when it comes to the practicability, it is not possible because we do have the duration of 35 to 45 minutes in class, but still the teacher should put in her best. Individual differences between the students are a source of richness and diversity and not a problem. The inclusive education is like, surrounded by vision, placement, adapted curriculum, adapted assessment, adapted teaching, acceptance, access. We should give them access to various learning opportunities and learning materials, support. Technical support should be provided to the children in the inclusive education. Various resources should be made available to them. And teacher should be a good leader, and the good leader is the one who can encourage the children to be a good leader. Let the child be disabled child. Try to inculcate leadership qualities within that child. The 10 major themes of the inclusion. The very first theme of the inclusion is provision of information. Second is physical features. Inclusive school policies, the IEP. Student interactions, like students should be motivated in the class to interact with each other. It should not happen during the recess time, like few group of children are sitting together and they are making of the children who cannot get up from their desk, or who do not understand. Staffing and personnel. External links, various external links, external resources should be provided to them. Assessment of achievement, this is a very, very important point. The assessment should be as per the need of the child. We do not follow that in the school. Same question paper is being given to all the children. It's like that. There is one story in a jungle. They have one exam. Everybody have to climb up the tree. But the fish, the tiger, the monkey, the rabbit, the snake, all the animals cannot climb the tree because everybody is having the different capacities, different abilities. So the assessment should be as per their capability. The curriculum should be framed accordingly, and we should have the different teaching strategies, innovative teaching methodologies for these children. Okay, now inclusion supports. Though for the success of the inclusive education, certainly we need to plan out properly individual education plans, then differentiation, universal design for learning, teachers training, peers. We should make the other children understand. Accommodations, modifications, paraprofessionals, assistive technology. Assistive technology in the class is very, very needed. The classroom setup should be made in such a way that even the school entrance, it is mandatory these days. The children with the disability should have a different arrangements in the school. We need to get the parent support. Parents should be counseled first before the students, because parents create that kind of negative approach with the students, the negative impact on the children. Various learning materials and positive behavior management. Like some tips herein for the inclusive educator teacher: include everyone in every discussion, everything. Forget fashion. Now fashion in the sense the children should not have good shoes. Like every school is having a particular dress code, but they should not have there should not be a restriction of having the branded clothes or branded shoes in the school. It will be as per the capacity of the parents, or whatever they can do it. The teacher need to brush up your baking skills. Means often you should stop into a general education class. I beg those for you, and Stephen starts in general education science tomorrow. Okay, bye. See, like that way kind of things should be avoided. I would like to give an example. Suppose you have an handicapped child in the class and it's a physical education period. You are taking all the children on the ground, and this kind of child should not be made to be seated in the class. The child also should be taken onto the ground. He also can play with his wheelchair, or whatever kind of support he is using. Find your allies. Provide choice to the children. Conducting the competition into the class. Ensure that we'll have various choices in the inclusive education. Talk less, facilitate more. Help them more. Become fast friends with the best teacher in the school. Partner with the parents. Help the parents, support the parents whenever they will need help for their class, because it's been observed that many a times children do not open in front of their parents. They would like to share so many things with their teacher. So try and give that kind of support. Behavior is nothing personal. Sometimes, like, children with different disabilities or abilities, they get wild in the class, they show anger, like, they throw the things. But in such kind of scenario also, the educators should remain calm, cool, collect and try to help the child. Make learning fun and engaging. The class also, whatever subject you are teaching, maybe mathematics, science, history, geography, the class should be fun and engaging. It should be the interactive session. Monotonous teaching should be avoided. Okay, and very important is get plenty of sleep. Good inclusive education is not for the faint of the heart. It is exhausting, and you need to take care of yourself, because educator itself have should be fresh enough. Like in the morning when you go to school, if you will feel sleepy, then it's of no use. If you are not good, you cannot impart the good quality fun learning education to the children. So inclusive classroom teaches us it is the environment, not the child, that needs to change. Inclusive classrooms support the abilities and recognize the possibilities of every student. What makes the inclusive education work? Effective instructional strategies, accommodations and support system, vision and attitude. Every teacher, every educator in the inclusive classroom should have a vision. Professional development, planning, time management. Teacher should have a proper time management. Teacher is aware there is a mixed group of children in my class, so she should devote that much time. She should plan accordingly her curriculum. Administrator support from the school, family involvement, teaming and relationship building. Reasons for inclusive school. Everyone is valued and participates to the best of their ability. All children have equal access. All children learn alongside their same age peers. Focus is on child's abilities, not disabilities. Children become accepting of one another. Meaningful relationships develop between the students as they spend time with one another. Students develop confidence in their ability to interact with the world around them. Teachers are highly trained, delivering a differentiated curriculum to meet the individual needs. Students have positive approach and supports in the classroom. Various resources, technologies are used for different learning style. Let our classroom reflect our vision of equality and justice for all. Inclusive education is essential and should be the norm of the exception. When I was just making my PowerPoint presentation, I had come across this short and a very beautiful poem. I would like to read for you all. All are welcome. All are welcome. Come and see my classroom family. Together we learn, laugh and grow, always share what we know. Lunch, recess and all through the day, we'll look out for each other in every way. Words matter, so we try to be kind, never leaving a friend behind. Loving and kind, thoughtful too, respect one another, it is what we do. All are welcome. Come and see my classroom family. Thank you so much. This was all about my today's inclusive education. The time is the restriction. Otherwise, there is so much to say about this. Thank you, Sonia ma'am. Thank you, Ratish Gupta sir, for the wonderful opportunity.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for giving us such wonderful insights on this topic. We every day come across, so many students in the class. Maybe it's not a major issue, but very small things also with them. And they are tagged as, they are disabled, or they are lacking behind it. And they're put in a corner and where nobody looks into it, But it's really nice with these kind of things, we can really help those students also. Ma'am, there's one question that I would like to put forward.
Yes.
How can we, as you spoke about the problems that these children face, how can we help them overcome them, and how can we have a convention talk with the parents also, to be more encouraging to the students towards their children?
Yes, the very first step, according to me, is the educating the parents. Counseling of the parents is needed. Then counseling of the parent and child together should be done. Thirdly, the counseling of the classroom, wherein these kind of children will be involved, right? That is the first thing in the inclusive education we should be done. The next thing is ample use of technology in the education. So like, the children having the issues with the vision, they are unable to say whatever is written on the board, or the child can see it on the screen or maybe their laptop or the tablet. So I feel maximum resources to be provided and parents should be educated.
Yes, ma'am. And ma'am, one thing, to make this more effective, to give it more implementation and give it more effective atmosphere in the classrooms, what are the things that we need to keep in mind?
The very first thing is teachers training and professional development. Every teacher should be trained well before she will be sent to the inclusive classroom, because there she is going to handle such kind of children. So teachers training is required. Secondly, the classroom setup is being made in such a way that all the children will feel it comfortable. I know in like the where I am residing, like Mumbai, it's not possible to have a very big or airy classrooms, but as far as possible, these kind of things to be done. Third, and very, very important, if the child is physically disabled, the proper washroom facilities. The children should not have the classroom on the second or third floor if we do not have the lift facilities in the school. So kind of support to be provided. And even during the examination, the children who are slow learners, if the school doesn't have the special educator or maybe the counselor, some children only should be taken help from. Like, we can take the help from the other children, and we can have a buddy system in the class. The weak child can be made next to the child who can write fast. So there are various techniques which we can use in the class.
You mean to say collaborative learning would be
Yes,
actually follow in the
collaborative.
class? Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. It was a pleasure listening to you.
Thank you, Sonia ma'am. Thank you, Ratish
Thank
Gupta,
you.
sir. My pleasure. Thank you.
Well, now it's time for our third speaker, Ekta ma'am. Ma'am has been associated with IGNU as an academic counselor in the past. And the topic that ma'am is going to speak on is the 21st century learning skills. Well, ma'am, it's an interesting topic and we are eager to listen to what you'll have to say on it. The floor is all yours.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Edukos Unite, for the wonderful platform. It's really a wonderful way to express myself. So today we are going to talk about 21st century learning skills. We all are in the 21st century. We all are learning every day, but we need to imbibe and activate few hidden skills. So in this globally and digitally interconnected world, all learners, we all are learners, from cradle to career, the day we take birth and the day we achieve our goals and choose a career, we need new skills and knowledge to succeed. If we want to prepare our children for success in school, work, and life, opportunities to learn 21st century skills are the most essential parameter today. These 21st century skills not only provide a framework for successful learning in the classroom, but also ensure that our students can strive in a world where change is constant and learning never stops. They are also tremendously important for our nation's well-being. Yes, these skills, when our students imbibe, they will be prepared for the upcoming days, the upcoming world. Our community demands a workforce with these skills to ensure our competitiveness in a global economy. We are going to face the global world, and our students, our children need to be skilled with these skills so that they can compete all the phases of their life. And we want our learners to enter the world with an understanding of what it takes to be a good citizen. Like a good citizen who can be civically engaged, can be a critical thinker, and is a digitally literate person, is aware of what all is going on at the global portal, and also he has to be a very, very effective communicator. So the 21st century is not in the distant future. It is today. We have reached 21st century. We do not have a moment to lose in preparing our students and our nation to compete to succeed. We just can't spend more time in preparing ourselves. These skills are the abilities that today's students need to succeed in their careers during the information age. We all have entered the age of information, and we want our students to be prepared to face this world. So here is an activity for all of us. I want you all to think of a skill which you think is most important in today's world. Just think of any one skill which you can place at the topmost level to help our children, our learners to succeed. The link is in the chat box. You all can click on that link. So yes, we can see that most of us agree that communication and listening are the most important ones. So communication, creativity, curiosity, analytical, character, social skills. Yes, these all are the important skills which are required by our 21st century learners. So let's move ahead and have a look at the skills which we expect our learners to have when they are going to face and be leaders in the 21st century. It's critical thinking, technology, literacy, flexibility, creativity, collaboration, initiative, productivity, communication, leadership, social skills, information literacy, media literacy. These all skills are required. These all skills are required together in different proportions to help our learners to be the masters, be the leaders, to be the participants, to be the survivors in the 21st century. So these skills, all of these skills are intended to help students keep up the lightning pace of today's scenario. Yes, the world is moving very fast and they have to be at the lightning pace. Each skill is unique in how it helps students, but they all have one quality in common. Yes, the most important quality is they all are essential in this age of the internet. We all have faced and understood the practical utilization of internet in this times of pandemic. Pandemic has helped us know that how important it was to have the knack of internet. To start, let's dive into the three categories of these 21st century skills. Yes, these 21st century skills are further categorized into three parts. Like the first one is the learning skills, second one is the literacy skills, and the third one is the life skills. All of these skills are important, but today we are going to focus on the learning skills. Learning skills teach our students about the mental processes which they require to adapt and improve upon in a learning environment, because the basic field they live is the environment where they learn from the environment around them, and they need to adapt, and the mental process they have is going to help them to learn. Then comes the literacy skills. These literacy skills focus on how our students can discern facts, publishing outlets, and the technology behind them. We have given them the gadgets, we have given them the net, they have the devices with them, we have exposed them to the online parameters, but we need to teach them how to curb the technology, how to explore how much is required, because they are children. It's like they don't have the limits. We have to tell them that how much is important. So we have to teach them to focus on determining the trustworthy resources, like the sources which they can trust, and the facts, the information which is provided to them, how to check, how to segregate the misinformation that is flooding on the internet and go with the right information, try and understand what is right for them. Then comes life skills. Life skills are the one of the most important set of skills, because they add to all the intangible elements that are an integral part of a student's everyday life. And these skills help them to focus on both their skills, personal as well as professional qualities. Now, when we talk about the learning skills, the 4 C's are taken up as the most popular 21st century skills. When we talk about 4 C's, first one is critical thinking, another is creativity, then collaboration, and then comes communication. When we talk about critical thinking, it refers to finding solution to the problems. Creativity is thinking outside the box. Collaboration is working with others. Communication is talking to others. When they communicate, they learn how to talk to others. Now, when we talk about critical thinking, it gives a vision to look into the problems in a new way, and it helps them to connect and integrate their learning across all the subjects. Like, it's essential to improve, to make them understand the mechanism that can help them weed out the problems, weed out and sort out the things, and come to a conclusion that is really figurable and achievable for them. It helps the students to figure out the solutions even when the teacher is not at their disposal. I mean, when the teacher is not available to them, even then they are able to find out solutions. This is what we really want our children to learn. We cannot keep the children in our laps all the time. We are not catering their needs in the closed walls. And as per NEP also, we have observed that NEP states that 40% of the education needs to be catered through online resources. So yes, they need to analyze, they need to understand and develop capacity where they can understand and filter the things even when the teacher is not there with them. Here comes creativity. This creativity is a way of unveiling their hidden talents, whatever is hidden inside them. It helps them to empower themselves. It helps them to understand what is within them. They can observe the concepts with a different vision, and this will definitely lead to innovation. Now, when we talk about learning creativity, we can say that there have been many things that have been best the way they have been done 10 years ago. But someday there has to be a change, and this change is required. The same thing, the same concept, if added with creativity, gives a different vision to the child, which is the need of the hour. Now, collaboration. When we talk about collaboration, it's like encouraging our children to work together to reach a common goal. It's like translating a vision to a goal and sharing responsibility. We need our students to get together, to work together, to achieve compromises and get the best possible result while solving a problem. What they have to understand is that they have to be willing. The most important thing to collaborate is to be willing to sacrifice a small part of their own idea and adopt to the other's idea also, and to give and to feel that someone else's idea is equally important. It's going to help them understand and to be less egoistic and to be cooperative and working towards achievement of the same goal in a team. Now, finally, communication. Communication is really very important. Why? Because it helps us share thoughts, questions, ideas, and share the solutions as well. It's actually the communication is the glue. I call it glue because it binds all the educational qualities together. It's crucial for students, even if they want to collaborate, they want to think and analyze things in a critical manner, they need to communicate so that they can convey their ideas on a very positive note, very effectively to people of different personality types, because they are going to meet people with different moods, different tantrums. They need to communicate and understand and convey their information in a very healthy way so that they can eliminate the confusion which is created and be a very valuable part of their team. Now, without understanding the proper communication, our students will not be able to acquire the pivotal skill required to progress their careers. When we talk about pivotal skills, it's like developing a skill which can make them versatile and be adapted in all the phases of life. These 4 C's are only the beginning. These 4 C's, the learning skills are only the beginning, because they're just laying the foundation of the rest of the 21st century skills. They are going to act as the cornerstone and help the students understand as well as imbibe the information around them. What can we do? What can we do as educators? What role do we play as the team leaders? We can design building blocks in such a way that it gives a experience that helps to cater the needs of the learners of every category. Like we can provide opportunities so that children can develop foundational skills which can help them think critically, analyze data, work collaboratively, and also give reasons for what they are doing. They should understand the reason behind why they are doing. If I'm going to give a project to my students, they must understand the reason and the vision behind that project, that how that project is really going to help them develop critical thinking, an approach to analyze things, and also help them to work in a team together. When we instill these 4 C's beyond the classroom, they'll be able to adapt these skills as personality traits, and it will definitely ensure that they can be best in their academics, they can best in their social emotional development, and also when they're going to face the world, they can perform the best workforce skills. We can provide the students opportunities to develop attitudes, skills, knowledge, and understand how to participate in this globally connected world. So we are there to provide them the platform, the area where they can enhance their skills and enrich their personalities. Now, with these foundational outcomes and the 4 C's in mind, we can definitely see the change in our classrooms. We see that the classrooms we have today, we don't only our focus is not only providing them the content knowledge. Being a parent, being a mother, I think that content knowledge I can teach my child also. But why I'm sending my child to school? Why I'm exposing my child to the outer world? So that my child develops life skills, ensures that he develops innovative solutions, thinks critically, and is able to sort out the complex problems even when I'm not there with him. He has an ability to work together so that he can cooperate and communicate even if he faces a diverse teams, even when things are not favorable. This pandemic time has helped us think on these areas also. That yes, when things not go as we have planned, we should have a plan B. We should have skills to adapt to the situation which is around us. In this process, we can ensure that all of our learners are empowered to succeed with the skills for today. And these learning skills are going to give them the foundation. Thank you so much.
Thank you for a lovely session, ma'am. It's really great, to know about these learning skills, because these days the children need all these innovative ideas, and we need different methods to make our classrooms more interactive and more interesting. So as you spoke about the learning skills, now, ma'am, in education field, yes, it is very important, but how do we create this importance for them? How do we make them understand that these things are very important? Because the teachers have been into a very traditional mode of teaching throughout. So all of a sudden changing things for them also is not easy. They have been into that academic content where, textbook knowledge is more important, and they have been going through that bookish knowledge only till date. So how are we going to encourage them for these kind of changes to be brought into the classroom? Like, help children explore and identify their skills or capabilities and create an interactive session.
Very true, ma'am. What we have observed as being the educators in the present scenario, there has been a paradigm shift, such a huge shift in the whole education system that it was very difficult for everyone to survive, for the educators as well as for the children. Everything, there's such a huge change which could not have been taken in a day. No one expected. Even we did not expect. Even our children did not expect. They had been honing their skills in the guidance of the teachers, with the teachers pouncing on their heads. Right, right, right. Complete, complete, complete. But now the ownership of the learning has been given to the children. Everything is being done from the home. No homework. School is just on their devices. They see their teacher. So the skills which they are going to develop are going to be entirely different. And those who have missed these skills, they have been pushed back by 10 years. Those who have survived, those who are getting catered to the needs, those who are able to understand the role of the teacher in this pandemic times, the mode of education in this pandemic times, they are definitely at pace. If they are at pace, they are going to be 20 years ahead of the rest of the children, those who have not been able to intervene with the new strategy. So the need of the R is to provide them opportunities and design our classrooms, our online classrooms itself, in such a way that helps the child overcome the fear, to overcome the fear that the lapse which has been created within this 2 years, 1.5 months, because the child, when the child is coming back to the class, because there has been a lot of trauma. So the parents, at some places, parents were not able to provide them gadgets, the technology. At some places, children were enjoying, they were in a mood of vacation. They were enjoying the simple time away from classes, away from the teacher, away from books. So they are children. They could not understand the loss, but we can foresee, we can see, we have that vision that we can understand that how crucial it was for them to compensate this lapse. So definitely we teachers have to lend our shoulders with a larger responsibility. And the role of a teacher has definitely increased in multiples, because we are going to cater the needs of the child who has been at pace, the child who has been acquainted with the technology, with the support from the parents. He has definitely moved far ahead. He is there to challenge, he's ready to challenge the teacher also at some places, because he has understood how to curb the technology, he has got the knack of the technology, he has got that understanding also. But what about the rest of the 70% of the staff, of the children who are still struggling to be at the pace? So we have to be careful, we have to be concerned about that lot, that how we are going to raise their standard and bring them to the today's pace. So we are definitely going to work together, and platforms like this, when we are going to meet educators from all over the world and sharing our experiences with each other, will definitely help us improve and be successful. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. We will together collaborate and make the difference and try to give a better future to our coming generations. Give
Yes.
them a well-secured future. At least we can promise that to ourselves together.
Yes,
And ma'am, as we were talking about the 4 C's, now, okay, in the educational field, yes, we can train teachers, we can get those things implemented in our classrooms, but can the same thing be implemented with our workplace also?
Definitely, because what we practice, we are going to teach that only. Unless and until we practice the same skills, the same learning abilities, until and unless we enrich ourselves with those abilities, we won't be able to cater it properly to our children. And one more thing, what I have observed, that when we are talking about the new vision, when we talk about the global prospects, our teachers, means we teachers, I'm also one of them, we need to reskill and upskill. Few things which we are skilled, we need to upskill them. Few things which we have been practicing yesterday, they were the best practices, they are not going to be the best practices today. So we need to relearn and reskill ourselves. Like these competencies, when we talk about these 21st century skills, it's a wide range of competencies taught across all levels of education. I mean, from the primary level to the graduate level, all levels of education are going to require these skills to be catered and integrated in whatever they are doing, whatever they are teaching. Suppose if a child is at the graduate level, he's ready to face the world, he's ready to choose a career. So even he needs to be catered to these skills. A child who has just started coming to school, even he needs to be catered to these. Like, and we need to navigate through an ever shifting workforce. We are the workforce which is ever shifting. We will keep on shifting and shifting and shifting, learning from this level to this level and this level. It's like using the stones that are coming in our ways. Use those stones to be the stepping stones and utilize whatever you are getting today.
Right, ma'am. Very true. Rightly said, ma'am. Yes. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you so much. ma'am.
Now I would like to call upon Dr. Ratish Gupta ji. Please, sir, the floor is all yours.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you all. And Namaste Edukos community. I am Ratish Gupta. First of all, I want to convey my heartiest greetings and regards. To our today's guest speaker, each of them had given their best insights from their audience fields. As you know, very simply can't compare between such titan of fraternity. And Edukos United Scholar is growing rapidly by the help of such great speakers coming in the platform and ignite the society. And I would like to felicitate our wonderful and delightful guest speaker, Ms. Nada Redrivik, Dr. Singda Kadam, and Ms. Ekta Abrol, and my wonderful and dedicated host, Ms. Sonia Chatani from Gujarat.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
And state coordinator of Kids Captivation of Preschool Chain also. For such a great evening, I would also to present a token of gratitude for you. Please accept for Edukos side.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am. All of please accept.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir.
Ekta ma'am. And first Ekta role, ma'am. First day on Edukos Night of Scholars platform. After some time, approximately 3-4 months. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. And so that's all of the day. Signing for today's with a promise of the never-ending success journey in the entire educational community. Thanks to all once again, ma'am. Again, and I'll invite you soon. Again and again and again.
Thank you, sir. It was
Thank
a
you,
great
sir.
honor to be a part of this wonderful platform. Thank you so much, Sonia, ma'am. You have been a wonderful moderator. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. It was a
Always.
wonderful evening with you all. It was a great experience of learning. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Singda
Hope
ma'am,
to see you all
Singda ma'am
very
Singda ma'am is unwell, but she came. Thank you very much.
Get well soon, ma'am.
Please unmute yourself, Singda ma'am. Please unmute. Yes.
Thank you so much for the wonderful opportunity, sir. Thank you so much. Hope to get connected even in the future. Thank you, Sonia, ma'am.
Sure, ma'am. Sure.
Thank you, ma'am. The pleasure was all ours, ma'am. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Take care. Good night.
Good night.
Thank you.